So today's mission is getting dirt in these raised beds. I was gonna get black dirt delivered, but everybody's pretty full, and since we're so far out, it's a pretty expensive delivery fee. So the dirt I'm using is coming from last year's garden back there that we had tilled up all nice. It's actually really good black dirt. So that's what I'm gonna use. And then I am gonna mix in some compost manure into this as well before we plant our crops. So today we're gonna fill all these with dirt. We're gonna mix in our compost manure. We have to go to town to get that. And then we'll see if we can plant our vegetables today or not. But that's the plan, is get our garden set up. So throughout this video, you might hear some equipment and machines running. There's a logging operation going on about a mile up the road. So there's been quite a bit of noise, but maybe we'll go take a look at it later and drive up there. Well, I have sad news. We lost a chicken to a predator. You know, they go into their coop at night after they're done free range and by themselves, and then I just go and shut the door, count them, make sure they're all in, and then yeah, close them up for the night. Well, 2 nights ago, there was only 6 in there. And so I waited, looked around, couldn't find the other one, but Skeeter was back behind the chicken coop here, hot on a scent. Like nose to the ground, you know, changing directions really fast, snorting, so he definitely smelled something unusual. And if I had to guess, I think a fox came in and grabbed a chicken. So we're taking a break from the free ranging for now because that fox obviously knows where he can get some free, some pretty easy, tasty meals. So we're just gonna have to take a good long break on the free ranging and just kind of give it some time. So you know, they're pretty unhappy being in their run. You know, they got, you know, once they get a taste of free ranging, that's all they want to do. And you know, I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's just a matter of time before you lose one to a predator or whatever, which is true, but I mean, what do? You know, every time I open the door to the coop, you can't even keep them inside. They want to get out so bad and free range. It's what they love, you know, it's naturally what they want to do. So, you know, I was like, well, you know, we'll just let them do it. And yeah, you know, I knew that it was a possibility. Last year, we didn't have any problems with it whatsoever. You know, it's been a month and a half this year they've been free ranging and haven't had any issues, but yeah, we finally lost one. So we're just gonna have to give them a break. But yeah, the baby ducks are doing real well. I'll show you them. They're growing up fast. See what I mean? Like you open the door, yeah, there they go. Yeah, as you can see, the ducks are pretty afraid of me still. But so are the chickens. You know, when they were younger, it took them a while to warm up to me, so they'll come around. But you can see this one here is starting to feather. And so are these, the Pekin ducks too. So, but yeah, they've been fun to have, but holy cow, are they messy.
Butter crunch lettuce.
It's in. So we got romaine.
Romaine. 8 to 10 inches.
So Sierra and I are back from the greenhouse and we bought a bunch of sets. So these first 2 raised beds are pretty much going to be all salad. So in this one we have spinach, we have yeah, a couple different kinds of lettuce, and then in this raised bed will be other kinds of lettuce. So these first two, pretty much it's gonna be lettuce. Well, Sierra and I are going to call it a night because the mosquitoes are out in biblical numbers right now. I am going to burn brush tonight though, have a little brush fire, but yeah, we're just going to finish this up in the morning because yeah, there's a certain hour where the mosquitoes come out and it's just unbearable, even with bug spray. So we'll just finish this up tomorrow morning. So I've gotten both brush piles burned tonight. Also burned some leaves in there as well from raking up the yard. So it was good to get that accomplished. I'm gonna wait quite a while here, make sure this thing is totally under control before I go to bed. But I will see you guys bright and early in the morning. Good morning, everybody. I got the brush piles burned last night. Really good to get that done, get that out of the way. They were kind of becoming eyesores, but you know, last year was so dry, you didn't dare burn them. I could have burned them during the winter, but I didn't want to risk charring any of these trees, any of these pine especially. So I kind of, I drug the piles kind of more this way and burned them. And then that other pile was over here, so I ended up dragging it over here last night. Kind of created more work for myself, but I'm glad I did it. We're still smoldering here because I just threw a couple pieces of scrap wood on there that I had. But this morning's mission is to finish planting our garden.
So as we were laying out the garden yesterday, we kind of realized that we don't have enough space for everything. I don't know if Kyle already said that. So I picked up some of these little planter baskets, and I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put all of our herbs in these. I got 4 of them, and I think we have like 6 or 5 herbs that we have to plant. So I'm gonna maybe do like 2 or 1 per box or planter, and I'm gonna put these on the deck just because I don't want to have to squeeze everything in the beds if there's not room. I want the plants that we have in there to be able to breathe and have enough room. So I picked these up, and we're gonna put all of our little herbs in here, and I want to put them on the deck because if I'm ever in the middle of cooking, I mean, not that the door is far from the garden here, but I want to be able to just walk out on the deck and then snip off some of the herbs and then use them in our dishes. So that's what I'm going to do right now.
There you go.
Thanks. The bees are out. I'm scared.
Red onions. Okay, so we are done planting our raised beds. Sierra did this really nice notebook. It's got everything that we planted, how long until harvest, some other information on it, so she did a really good job on this, so we're nice and organized. I can tell you right now that we already made a mistake. Looking back at everything, we planted some beans in close proximity to some onions, and I just learned that that's a no-no, so we're gonna have to transplant the beans out of there, which won't be that big of a deal. So everything that we planted is in this notebook. The first two, like I said earlier, is just different kinds of lettuce. You know, Sierra and I eat salads with pretty much every meal. You know, plus we can use the rest of our stuff from the garden to just throw in there as well. But we did butter crunch lettuce, we did spinach, we did romaine lettuce, arugula, kale, and then some bronze arrowhead lettuce as well. So we also planted celery, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, green beans, several different kinds of tomatoes, and then we have red onions and white onions. So that's it for the raised beds. We do have some peppers as well, but I will show you what we're gonna do with those. So Sierra picked up a bunch of pails because, like I said in an earlier video, we are gonna do some pail gardening, and this is where we're gonna put our peppers. So each, you know, we got several different kinds of peppers. Each one will go in its own bucket. We also still have a zucchini to plant, some cabbage, and that stuff needs to be pretty, you know, spaced out. So that's not going to work in the raised beds. So what I'm going to do, or what we're going to do, is we're going to till up a little garden plot over on this side of the raised beds where that brush pile was. So I'll just rent a tiller. We'll get that tilled up really nice, and that's what we're going to do with our zucchini and cabbage and that sort of stuff. And then we also have potatoes that will go in that as well. So that's what we're going to do with the rest of the stuff that we have to plant. So anyways, wanted to give you a quick update. Our raised beds are officially planted. We still have that other stuff to plant, but we will do that tomorrow probably. Other than that, we're just going to continue to chip away at projects. Lots to do around here, so stay tuned. Appreciate you guys watching, and we will see you guys in the next video.